So the longest consecutive sequence. Now this is part of the June late coding challenge week 1. So we are given an unsorted array of integers nums. Return the length of the longest consecutive elements sequence. You must write an algorithm that runs in order of n time. So we must write an algorithm that runs in linear time. Linear means order of n time. So what are we given? We're given unsorted array. We're given an unsorted array of integers nums, and we need to find the length of the longest consecutive elements sequence. So this is an example. Nums is 100, 4, 200, 1, 3, 2. So now I want to find the longest sequence. So here 100, 4, 200, 1, 3, 2. Here the longest sequence would be 1, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So here is given the longest consecutive elements are 1, 2, 3, 4. So the length is 4. Now I must write an algorithm that runs in order of n time. So how can I do that? Now the basic way, or one of the ways, that since here's 100, okay, so order of n time. So one of the ways that we can do sorting. So if I do sorting, this will convert to 1, 2, 3, 4, 100, 200. But sorting takes order of n log n time, so we can just forget that because we want order of n time. So no sorting, we cannot sort it because any sorting algorithm takes order of n log n time. So then next, what we can do is that, so here is 100. So here we found 100. So then I will look up in this array for 101. So did I find 101 here? No, I did not find 101. So I'll go to here. For 4, I will try to find, or I will look up for 5, because the next consecutive number after 4 is 5. So I'll try to find 5 here. Is 5 here? No. Then I will go to 200. For 200, I'll try to look up 201. Is 201 here? No. For 1, I'll look up 2. Is 2 here? Yes, 2 is here. For 2, I will look up 3. Is 3 here? Yes, 3 is here. For 3, I will look up 4. Is 4 here? Yes, 4 is here. Now for 4, I will look up 5. Is 5 here? No, 5 is not here. So what is the longest streak of consecutive numbers that we found? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the longest streak will be 4. Now I need to do that in order of n time. So the thing that I did here with lookups, that will take order of n square. Why? Because searching in an array takes order of n time, and we are searching for all n elements. For 100, we are searching for 101. For 4, we are searching for 5. For 200, we are searching for 201, and goes on. So what is the action that I'm mostly doing here? The action that I'm mostly doing is lookups. For 100, I'm looking up for 101. For 4, I'm doing a lookup for 5. So how can I optimize lookup so that the eventual algorithm runs in order of n time? Well, one of the ways is that we can use hash map, and lookups in hash map takes order of 1 time. Or in C++ terms, I can take an unordered set, because lookups in unordered set takes order of 1 time. On an average, it takes order of 1 time, but on the worst case, it takes linear time. I'm just assuming that there will not be much worst cases in the given inputs. So finally I can perform lookups in order of 1 time using unordered set. Now for 100, I will try to look up 101. It can be done in order 1. For 4, I'll try to find 5. It will be done in order 1. For 200, I will search for or look up for 201. It will be done in order 1. For 1, I will search for 2, order 1 time. For 2, I will search for 3, order 1 time, then so on. So eventually it will take order of n time. N times we are searching for n numbers, and lookup takes order of 1 time. Another optimization that we can make is that for 100, we'll do a lookup for 101. For 4, do we need to perform a lookup for the number next to 4? The answer would be no. Why? Because 4 is already part of a larger sequence here, 1, 3, 2, 4. So since 4 is already part of a larger sequence, we don't need to perform lookups here. Okay, let's just do this and you will understand why I'm saying that. Let's just do this. So first Let's create the unordered set, and its elements will be integers. Let's name it my num set. Now let's insert all the numbers into my set. For int num belonging to nums. We can just add all of them into my num set. So my num set dot insert num. Next we'll traverse the array for int num belonging to nums, and we'll try to find the next consecutive number after num. But first, so one optimization that I said, we only want to perform lookups for those numbers that are not already part of another longer sequence. That means, what I mean to say is that, let's say there is 1 2 3 4 6 4. So if I do a lookup for 3, I will find I'll do, after 3 I will try to find 4, after 4 I will try to find 5, after 5 I will try to find 6. But if I encounter 1 is somewhere in the array, then for 1 I will look up for 2, for 2 I will look up for 3, for 3 I will look up for 4. We're already looking up for 3 here in this bigger sequence. So we don't actually need to look up for 3 earlier than that. So we only want to start from numbers that are not already part of a larger sequence. If my num set, so I'll do that first. So I'll try to find if the number preceding num, that is num minus 1, if the number preceding num, that is num minus 1, is present in the set or not. If I find that the number preceding to num, which is num minus 1, if that number num minus 1 is not present in my num set, that means that num is one of the is the starter of that sequence. So what I mean to say is that, suppose the numbers are 4 5 7 8 1 2 3. So all these numbers are in the set now. All these numbers are in the set, my num set. So for the number 4, I will try to find if the number 4 minus 1, which is 3, if the number 3 is present in my num set or not. If it is present, if the number 3 is present in my num set, that means 4 belongs to an already larger sequence, which can be seen here, like 1 2 3 4 5. 4 already belongs to the larger sequence. So we can find it using the condition if the number less than 4, which is 3, if it is present in my num set or not. If it is present, that means that 4 is already part of a larger sequence. So exactly we will do that thing here. Dot find, we'll try to find the number less than num minus 1. I mean the consecutive number less than num, because after num minus 1 comes num. My num set dot find num, if it is equal to my num set dot end, that means num minus 1 is not found in my num set. My num set dot find num minus 1 is equal to my num set dot end. That means that the number num minus 1 is not present in my num set. But then I will set current num is equal to num and streak is equal to 1. Why I'm setting streak is equal to 1? It means that I found a number, that number is num, and that number itself is a streak of length 1, is a sequence of length 1. Also I need to find a longest streak. And return the longest streak. Now why am I setting streak is equal to 1? I'm setting streak is equal to 1 because the number which I found, that number is itself part of a sequence, and we have already found one number, so streak is equal to 1. So of the sequence I have found one number, that's why streak is equal to 1. Now while I keep on finding consecutive numbers. While my num set dot find, I will try to find the next consecutive number of the current num. So here you can see int current num is equal to num. Now I will try to find the next consecutive number. What is the next consecutive number? Now the next consecutive number is current num plus 1. Current num plus 1. If I find this is not equal to my num set dot end, this line my num set dot find current num plus 1, this means that we found current num plus 1, that is we found the next consecutive number. If it is not equal to my num set dot end, if we found the next consecutive number, then streak. We found two numbers till now. We already found a number num, and then we tried to find, and then here we tried to find the next consecutive number, that is current num plus 1. We already found a number, this num, and we are trying to find the next consecutive number, that is current num plus 1. If we find it, this condition states that if my num set dot find current num plus 1 is not equal to my num set dot end, this means that we found current num plus 1. Then streak plus plus, that is we found two numbers till now, num and current num plus 1. Also I will set the current num to the next consecutive number, that is I will set current num to this, and longest streak is equal to maximum of the previous longest that we found and the current streak. So this while loop, what this will do is that it will try to find, so we set our current num to num. We already found a number num whose predecessor num minus 1 does not exist in my num set. That means num will be the start of a sequence. So streak is equal to 1 because we already found a number which is num. And then we try to find a next consecutive number. Now what is the next consecutive number of the current num? The next consecutive number of the current num is current num plus 1. We try to find it. Now if we find it, then my num set dot find current num plus 1 will not be equal to my num set dot end. This is the condition that we found the number current num plus 1. Since we found it, we found the next consecutive number, so streak plus plus, we increment our streak because we found a number, and then I'll set my current number to the next consecutive number, and the next consecutive number is current num plus 1. We'll keep on doing this until until the streak is finished, until the next consecutive number is not found. So the longest string will be the maximum of longest streak and streak. So let's run this and see. So okay, passed. Now submit. Okay, accept it.